Hello everyone, welcome back. So today I'm gonna be reading this post on Reddit. How to get of tutorial hell. I think he meant how to get out of tutorial hell. How to get out of tutorial hell. You know where you okay, so this person starts with you know where you keep watching tutorials but never actually build anything on your own. It feels like you're learning but you're not really making progress. How do you break out of that loop and start creating stuff for reals? Okay, so let's begin by reading the comments. This user right here. Just start building projects no matter how small. Find a tutorial where the code is available for you to see in GitHub. Then start building your own project. If you get stuck, do a simple Google to find the answer. If you are still stuck, check the GitHub code, read it, and try to understand it. Right? Just keep repeating the process until it becomes natural for you. Okay, that advice is really good. Start with an idea of something you want to make and work backwards from there. It helps if you already know syntax of a language, of course, when thinking of what to make. A good idea is to intertwine it with your interests. That way, if you get asked about projects during an interview, it's a way to brag about your technical accomplishments while also letting them in on your interest as a person. Not to mention it makes working on the project significantly easier from a motivation and satisfaction perspective. For example, I made a wrapper for an API that would get my ranks in Rocket League and brought it up in an interview and brought it up and oh my god, I can't read today. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's continue. For example, I made a wrapper for an API that would get my ranks in Rocket League and brought it up in an interview when I was asked if I had worked with Python before. Turns out the person interviewing me also loved Rocket League. We clicked after that and I got the job. I guess disclaimer is don't do anything you wouldn't mind bringing up in an interview. Yeah, guys, don't go making a corn game and then bringing it up in an interview, right? It sounds like a cop out. I'm not gonna read a negative comment. So this person says, I had the same problem and I recently came across the video that really helped me. Here's the link of the video. Click here to watch the video. I really found it helpful. I am very tempted to click the link right now. However, should I? Let's just click it. Hopefully we don't get baited. I don't want to edit the video. Alright, hope for the best.
Have you ever felt like you're trapped in an endless
Okay, let's watch this. Let's watch this video, the Cody line. See how it goes.
loop of tutorials?
Alright, let me add some volume to that for you guys. Let's see if it helps us now.
Like you're learning, but not really learning? Trust me, I've been there. 2 years,
Yeah, we all been there, correct? Been doing it for 4 years now, I think. And maybe for an entire year, I was stuck in tutorial hell, dude. Maybe even longer. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe a year and a half. Yeah, cause when you're new, you're completely new. You don't know anything. You feel like the dumbest person on earth. All right, let's continue.
countless tutorials and still no real progress. It's frustrating, it's exhausting, and it makes you question if
That's how you
programming
feel.
is even for you. But let me tell you something, you're not alone, and there's a
Yep, you're
way
not
out.
alone.
In this
Way out.
video, I'm going to share
There is a
5
way
proven
out.
steps that help me escape tutorial hell and actually start coding like a real programmer. And I promise you, step 5 will completely change how you approach learning. First, let's talk about mindset. When I was stuck in
Mentality.
tutorial hell, I realized I had the wrong approach. I treated tutorials like a checklist, but programming isn't about memorizing concepts.
Yes, it's right here. Yeah, you treat programming. Yeah, like we said, it's like a checklist. Like, oh, okay, I gotta learn this, and then I need to learn that. I'll share with you guys in a moment what video helped me get out of tutorial hell.
It's about solving problems. You don't need to know everything to start coding. Shift your mindset from I need to learn everything before I start to I'll learn as I go. The best programmers aren't the ones who know it all. They're the ones who know how to Google and figure things out. So start thinking like a problem solver.
See, it seems like a joke among everyone, like just googling. But I think I think that's how everyone learns, right? Before Google, man, yeah. Well, what was before Google? Before the internet was reading. It was university and the books. Damn, that must have been tough, guys.
Solver, not a student cramming for an exam. The second step is to pick one language and stick with it. I get it. It's tempting to jump to the next shiny language when things get hard. I did it too. JavaScript, Python, C every time I hit a
And and this is what sucks about JavaScript, because JavaScript, there's always like a new framework, a new library, new shiny little thing to be messing around with. And I think that's why a lot of web developers as beginners get stuck, because they think just by learning JavaScript, they learn the syntax of JavaScript, and then they jump right into React without even learning how to manipulate the DOM with JavaScript. And I feel like before you move to a framework or library, if you're using JavaScript, you gotta learn JavaScript. Not only like classes and the syntax and functions and whatever. You gotta learn how to use it on the web, inside a sandbox. Like you gotta learn DOM manipulation, the elements and everything, controlling it, making stuff from scratch for a while, and build an app just using vanilla JavaScript and stick with it for a while, and then like Google good web practices, right? Like server side rendering, client side rendering, all that hydration page stuff, everything that reacts makes it seem like very complicated, right? You could actually find documentation on it and do it from scratch when you're learning, right? So you understand all these concepts, and once you move to React, you're like, okay, I understand what I'm doing now.
wall, I thought maybe this language isn't for me. But here's the truth. Every language has a learning curve, and switching only resets your progress.
It's true.
Pick one language, just one, and stick with it. If you're unsure, I'd recommend Python. It's beginner friendly and used in tons of fields, from web development to AI. Commit to one language for at least 3 months. No switching, no distractions, just focus. But before we move to the next step, it has been noticed that more than 95% of people who are watching these videos
All right, bro. I like your video. I'm gonna give you a like. Let me see. Oh, you can't see it right there, but hold on. I'll give you a like. I'll subscribe. Turn on all my notifications. And like, hopefully my camera caught that. My screen recorder. Anyways, let's continue.
aren't subscribed. So please stop the video for a second and subscribe to the channel. The next step is to start small, really small. Here's where most people get stuck. You hear do a project and you think, okay, let's build the next Facebook. But then you get overwhelmed and give up. Don't do that to yourself. Start small, like really small. Your first project doesn't have to be flashy or impressive. It could be as simple as a calculator, a to-do list, or a random quote generator. The key is to pick something that feels manageable. Break it down,
dude. Just do a clock, a watch. Yeah.
into tiny tasks.
Chess, maybe not. Chess is a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit out there.
Completing these tiny wins builds your confidence and keeps you moving forward.
Shoot. Wait, was that Bill Gates in the back? Is that a real video of him getting caked on the face?
The key is to pick something that feels manageable. Break it down into tiny tasks. Completing these tiny wins builds your confidence and keeps you moving forward.
Holy shit, what's the context behind that? I'll search it up after this video.
The fourth point is to limit the number of tutorials you are watching. And trust me, this is the hardest part. Tutorials are like training wheels.
Yep.
You can't learn to ride a bike if you never take them off. Pick a single tutorial for guidance and then challenge yourself to figure out the rest. When you get stuck, and you will.
One thing that really helped me a lot when I was still in tutorial hell, or how I got out of it, is I started messing around with the code I was given. I would break the code and see what would happen if I did this X thing and the other Y thing, and mixing this thing with the other whatnot. That's what I started doing, and I feel like that was like a step towards me getting out of tutorial hell.
It's okay. Google is your best friend. Search for solutions, read
Right.
forums, ask questions on
Yeah.
Stack.
So Google. That's what I recommend Googling. When you first start out, Google stuff. Don't use ChatGPT, because ChatGPT is gonna give you a solution, or maybe if you ask ChatGPT the right way, it's gonna guide you, like not nudge you towards a solution or something without giving you full context. But I would say use your Google. Once you feel like you're out of tutorial hell, you could probably start using ChatGPT, but Google, always Google. Um, that's the best way.
Overflow. Struggling is part of the process, and every time you solve a problem, you're leveling up.
Yeah, struggling is part of the process. Don't get frustrated. It like everyone goes. Sorry, I'm cleaning my desk. Everyone goes through like struggle.
Remember, struggling doesn't mean you're failing, it means you're learning. And the last point is to join a community and get feedback. This is the step that changed everything for me. I joined a community. Programming can feel lonely, but it
Right.
doesn't have to be. Join a Discord server, a subreddit, or a local coding meet.
Yeah, that's. Oh, I'm gonna try that. I've seen that app before. Meetup. Yeah, that's funny because it feels like everyone around you, your family members, cousins, friends, people you know, like no one seems to program around you, and it feels like you're in a lonely boat in the deep sea.
Meetup. Share your projects, ask for help, and get feedback. When you're part of a community, you're not just learning, you're building connections, getting
Right.
support, and staying
True.
motivated.
Yeah, I'm gonna start
And
doing
here's a
that. That's
bonus
a good
tip.
advice.
When you help others, you learn even more.
Right.
Explaining
Correct.
a
You
concept
start
forces you
teaching.
to understand it on a
That's one of the reasons why I started making this video. So I already understand like very hard concepts and everything, but I'm trying to like make it stuck inside my brain, and that's why I decided to start making YouTube videos just for me. Go back in the past.
deeper level. So don't code in isolation. Find your tribe. Now you know the 5 steps to escape tutorial hell. But remember, this journey isn't about being perfect. It's about progress.
Progress.
If you've made it this far, you're already on the right path. So what's your next step? Drop a comment and let me know what language or project you're committing to today. And if this video helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips to level up your coding journey.
Nice. Yeah, this video is pretty good. A little bit. I mean, it's good. I'm not gonna take anything away from bro. Bro would hit the good points. Let's go back to the other page.
I'm always looking for
Mute. All right. So. Okay, so let's continue. Marcino from Reddit, or Marcino Reddit, reads, don't try to make something big. Instead, create a small project and keep improving it. Whether it's a one site, and you can code in something daily, or a calculator and you just keep improving it. Trust the process. And then this person, potato chips. Start making projects. Never use ChatGPT. My experience. Try to Google stuff like what I said earlier. Do not use ChatGPT if you're first starting out. It's a bad idea. Also, stop using Visual Code. I mean, don't stop using Visual Code, but stop using Copilot or any tool that makes your life easier. Stop using it. If you're on Windows, try using Notepad. Yeah, try using Notepad for what's it called? Muscle memory on your fingers. And if you're learning something new, learn it with muscle memory, right? Don't learn it visually from ChatGPT. Just stick it to memory. But not GPT as a spoon feed you everything. Yeah, ChatGPT spoons you. Yeah, ChatGPT like feeds you, right? And like you'll never get it off the training wheels. But if you go on Stack Overflow, you'll find something that's very similar to your problem, or to your and like the solution is very similar to your problem, and then you just like copy paste and like move the solution around to make it fit to your need. And that's how Stack Overflow works. But when you're first starting out, right, do not copy and paste. Memory finger. If you're on Windows, I repeat, use Notepad. If you have a Mac or something, maybe try downloading like a text editor. I use Vim, and I don't know if you would like to learn Vim, right? But that's one option. Vim is one option on Mac. And then this person says, the easiest for me was to think on some kind of utility application that I could use for something else other than just programming. I was learning Dutch by then, and I struggled through making an app game to help me learn Dutch words. Then I added a database. Then I added a login auth functionality. Then I added a leaderboard. Then I made it more secure. Then I teed up the code, shared the app with the people I was learning Dutch with, and got real user feedback. Continues making it better. Cycle continues. Where I'm going with this is just start with an idea you would like to use in the real world. A meme generator, a groceries planner app, something that talks to an API where you can get data about and map the data to something interesting. Learn to struggle and struggle to learn. Don't forget to split stuff and start small. Okay, don't forget to split stuff and start small. Easier not to get overwhelmed that way. Yeah. So what I got from everything, what I gathered from all this stuff, is to work on small things, right? Things that you enjoy, that you like, and while you're making that thing that you enjoy and like, if you have a question, Google it on Stack Overflow or any other site, and write it down. Do not use ChatGPT, right? If you're using Visual Code, disable all anything that helps, that gives you auto code or gives you code recommendation. Just disable it and just stick to muscle memory. One of the reasons why some people don't get out of tutorial hell is because they're in a rush to find a job like right away. Like you feel like that need, that desperateness to like be on top of everything and try to like get that job in 6 months, in a year. It's not gonna happen. So it just, you ride the waves very slow. So yeah, that's what I got from that. Okay, now I was gonna share with you guys something. Oh, how did I get out of? I was in tutorial for a while, and I remember I found this video on YouTube that really helped me like understand documentation. Like it really helped me start reading documentation, and it made me realize that documentation was really important. Now I'll keep saying documentation until like it grinds into your mind and drills into your mind. But let me see. Yeah, it had something to do with Node.js. I remember that much. Let me see. All right, I think it was. What was it? Node.js buffers. Okay, let me see if I could find that tutorial. Oh yeah, it was this guy. These videos did help me a lot, honestly. Understanding Node.js core concepts. Yeah. It's these videos that helped me. I watched it like a while ago. I'm even subscribed to him. Great videos, guys. If you use Node.js to program for web development, I highly recommend these videos. So he has Node.js under the hood, understanding event emitters, understanding file system, understanding streams. Yeah, these if you're stuck in tutorial hell, even though these videos are like super long, right? It's gonna help you. It's gonna help you a lot. Trust me. I followed them, and I think that was the end for me. That was like, oh wow, like it just opened my mind and it made me understand a lot of things. Like if I have a question, I just go to like Node.js docs and I read about it. And it's about combining like all, like how do I say it? For example, for Node.js, Express.js, right? A library for Node. I used it to create APIs and everything, and I did not understand how it worked. So then I'm like, damn, I have to like understand, right? And when I saw these videos, I understood like I could build it from scratch, and voila, that's I learned. I don't know, just watch them. I think you'll enjoy them. It's gonna help you a lot, and yeah, maybe I'll make a video on these videos. I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys. My name I am Code&Camp Jonathan. Have a good night.